Hey, it's Con. I just want to show you guys how I set up my Giantex portable washing machine. I'm really excited about this product. I really feel like it's added some value to my life and made my life a whole lot easier. So I really appreciate that. So that's why I decided to make this video. Here you can see some detail shots of how the hose is attached to the washing machine and to the shower head. And the push on and off, which diverts either to the shower or to the washing machine. Okay, first you want to unscrew your shower head. That's a 1/2 inch diameter, by the way, and this is also a 1/2 inch outlet. Okay, and that's some thread sealant. You want to put about 3 or 4 layers onto all of the connection points. 1, 2, 3, and here's what that's going to look like. Looks nice, I guess. And I'm putting it on all of the connections here once again, from the shower head diverter and to the shower outlet itself. And here are the instructions if you want to pause and read that. It says 2 or 3 layers, and the receipt if you need to look up SKU numbers for the products that I bought. 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. Everything's going to be a 1/2 inch here, including the hose. You also want to keep in mind too, when you buy your hose, there's an inner diameter size and an outer diameter size. The outer diameter size doesn't matter as much as the inner diameter, which has to be a 1/2 inch if you want a nice and tight fit. Here you go. I'm putting thread sealant on everything. I'm thread sealant, putting thread sealant on all things here. Maybe not necessary, but I just, like I said, I'm not really experienced with this, but I just, that's why I wasn't sure, so I said, well, I'll just put it on there just in case. You may not have to put it on this portion here where where it connects to the rubber hose, or plastic hose. Thanks. Here we go, and that's a screw fastener. Once you put that on there and you use a flathead screwdriver, it should begin to tighten, which should fasten that hose onto your shower head diverter. Yep, reposition the knife. Here we go, and put on the shower head, and I'm all done. Actually, here, I was just kidding. So I realized that when I had put the 2 connections on, that I didn't really like the layout of how the shower head and the hose is going to come out, so I decided I was going to flip them. So you can do the same thing. It's really up to you how you want the plastic hose and the shower head the layout of how it's going to be. So that's up to you. But you see, here I'm trying to think with my fingers, figure out, oh, was that how it goes? I think yeah, I think that's it, and I tighten everything up. You don't have to over tighten. In fact, you shouldn't. I think just tight enough, and you can experiment with how tight it needs to be, as long as you make sure that there's no water leaking and that things just aren't going to come undone. So tight but not too tight. Boom. Finished product. Okay, and here I'm stepping up, getting in your way, but sorry, I had limited camera viewing angles here, so essentially I'm screwing that on, and over on that end too, you want to make sure you're not over tightening, just enough. Here in a test, I do a push test, and in this case it'd be a pull, and yeah, success. Okay, and what I do now is I use the 1/2 inch inner diameter plastic hose, attach it on there. It's gonna be really tight. I had some trouble getting it on there. You kind of have to muscle it in, but once you get it on there, it's already pretty tight. But I just decided I wanted to use a zip tie to just keep it on there tight enough, just in case. It's a real pain when the water gets everywhere, especially when you've got it in a place where water's not supposed to be dripping down anyways. So you want to make sure everything's nice and tight. Here I'm doing a fit test. And does it work? Yes. Move that tape out of the way, and here I'm checking. was really satisfying to having done this. I saw him, just sitting there looking at how the water's flowing in. Originally, I was dumping water in by the buck, and I said, this is not worth it. Here's my setup. I found a little metal shelf, and I'm doing a shake test. And eventually, I decided I was going to fasten all that up. Well, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, I'll answer them down below if I can.